Are you there? Excellent. Today we're going to talk about powers and roots, squares and cubes. This should be kind of easy for you guys. It's much like you've been doing a lot of your life. But today we're going to interpret and simplify the square of a number. And we're also going to determine, there's my action word, the square root of a perfect square. Later on, we'll determine the square roots of non-perfect squares, but this one will start out a little easy with the square root of a perfect square. I'm on page 34, as you know. You should be taking notes. When I tell you to write stuff down, please write it down. That will help you when you understand this assignment. Example A, start right here. Bam, find the area of this rectangle. Well, this rectangle is divided into parts for you. Each one of these squares is 1 centimeter, right? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. They're all 1. So I know you know what you're doing. You can count these up. This has 5, and that has 3. So it's 5 long and 3 wide. So the length and width is 5 and 3. So to find the area, and we know the formula for area is length times width. I didn't even have to tell you that. You knew that. Length times width, so you just take 5 times 3, it equals 15 centimeters squared. Don't forget to square the area. This little 2 right here is how you square things. That's how you label problems with squares in them. Let's do another one. Try these A. It says, before deciding on how to arrange the booths, the student council needs to know the area of the gym floor. Length times width. Several people went down to the gym to measure the floor. They found that the length is 84 and the width is 50. So area equals length times width. Area equals 84 times 50. And if you put that in your calculator, you know 84 times 50 equals 4,200 feet, squared. And don't forget to square the area. 4,200 feet squared. All I did was took 84 times 50, length times width. Let's hop over to page 35. Here's one where they say find the area of the square below. If we know if it's a square and this side's 4, how big is this side? That's right. I couldn't trick you. 4 centimeters. So the length of one side is given. It's a square. It's 4 equal sides. They want to know the area. Well, I always start by writing my formula down. Area is length times width. I write my numbers down. Area is 4 times 4. Area is 16 centimeters squared. And I know what you're saying. This is easy. I know. You got it. But then they get a little bit harder. They give you this square over here. They tell you the side is S. So if this side's S, this side's got to be S, right? It's the same formula. Length times width. In the first example they gave you, they tell you one side, S equals side. The side is 3 feet. So how do I figure out the area? 3 times 3, length times width, 9 feet squared. Don't forget to square the area. So this one, what would that be? If one side is 6, my calculation would be, you got it, 6 times 6, 36 feet squared. Next one. 8 times 8, 64 feet squared. The next one, 11 times 11, or 121 feet squared. As soon as I say chicken, pause the video and work out these two because it's going to take a few seconds. Chicken. Hey, you're back. Awesome. Did you do 4.2 times 4.2? That's what I did. I got 17.64 feet squared. And this fraction one, 10.5, I converted this to two fractions, 21 over 2 times 21 over 2, because that's how we multiply fractions. We multiply straight across. We get 441 over 4. I reduce that fraction. I get 110 and 1/4 feet squared. You're making great progress. Let's go over to page 36. Put a star by this term and a star by this term. It says a power is the number multiplied by itself. So what I noticed on some of your guys' homework when you had this and you had 7 squared, some of you guys were going, oh, 7 times 2 is 14. That's not right. And some of you guys even got to this point where you put 7 times 7. Perfect. But then you still added them together. That's not right. You multiply. 7 times 7 equals, got a little crazy with the pen there, 49. You're multiplying. This number tells you how many 7s you have. So that's exponential form of power. When you say 7 to the 2nd power, I could say 7 to the 4th power, and that would be 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. Whatever this number is, that's the power. Let's jump down here to reading math. Read the expression 5 squared as 5 squared, or the square of 5. And that means 5 times 5. So like this one, find the value of the expression 9 squared. That would be 9 times 9. The number 49 is the square of what number, meaning what number did I get? What number did I multiply together? It's got to be the same, right? Because it's perfect square. So 7 times 7 equals 49. So you can read those both ways. Let's do a little check your understanding. When I say chicken, pause this video and fill out the rest of this chart. Chicken. Buck, buck, buck. Welcome back. Did you fill out the chart? I got 2 squared, which is 2 times 2, which equals 4. 1 squared, 1 times 1, which equals 1. 7 squared, shouldn't have missed that one. It's all over this page. 7 times 7 is 49. And 15 times 15, which is 225. I bet you're doing great. Jump over to page 37. This symbol right here, this square root sign, is called a radical. Put a star by this. It's a term you need to know. The square root of a number is a number that, when multiplied by itself, gives the original number. We'll go over this example. It'll probably make more sense. Let's go over here to try these D. It says the area of the floor. So they're telling us the area is 36. They're telling us the answer. We need to figure out what the length and the width is. So some number times some number equals 36. Well, because it's a square, we know it has to be the same number. I would just start going through my squares. What's 4 times 4? 16. What's 5 times 5? 25. What's 6 times 6? Oh, 36. So the square root of this number is 6 times 6. You're not dividing it in half. You got to figure out a number times itself that equals 36. So the square root of 36 is 6. It has to be the same number. A number times a number that equals your area, 36. What if I said, here's a tricky one, what if I said it was 64? What number times itself equals 64? I know, I can't trick you. 8. Let's keep on rolling. Let's try these. When I say chicken, go ahead and pause and work out this table right here. Fill it out. Try these D on page 37. Chicken. Welcome back. What two numbers equal 16? Well, 4 times 4, right? What number times itself equals 81? 9. What number times itself equals 100? 10. 10 times 10 equals 100. 9 times 9 equals 81. 4 times 4 equals 16. This one, they make you do it. They tell you the answer. Well, you know it's got to be 6. If one side is 8, 8 times 8 is 64. If one side is 9, 9 times 9 is 81. What number times itself equals 121? 11. What number times itself equals 144? 12. Remember, it's got to be the same number. Let's go to page 38. More of the same. They're telling you x, some number, squared equals 64. We're basically taking the square root of this. What's the square root of 64? 8. What's the square root of 121? 11. You getting the hang of it? What's the square root of 1.44? Doing this off the top of my head, is it 1.2? Hold on, let me check. I better check my calculator on that one. I was right. I'm smarter than I look. Let's look at these. When I say chicken, press pause and work these problems out. Chicken. Welcome back. 11 squared, 121. 5.5 squared, 30.25. I'm going to do this fraction one up here. Remember, quick review, when we multiply fractions, we go straight across. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. So 2/3 squared is 4/9. Square root of 144, 12. Square root of 84 or 64 is 8. What would the area of a square booth be if the side is 9? Well, 9 times 9, 81 feet. Don't forget to square the area. What number times itself equals 16? Remember, it's got to be the same number. I know you're getting good at these. 4 times 4. X equals 4. Your homework. I know you love it. It's page 144, numbers 1 through 9 all. You can do those on a separate piece of paper. If you finish that, we got some more IXLs. Remember to start knocking those out. It's level I, and then it's I2, I9, and AA2. Make it a great day. See you soon.